All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Good morning or afternoon, whenever you are watching this show. Obviously, I am actually, you probably don't even know. It's obviously I'm not live right now. I'm recording this Sunday night following the Masters because currently, when you are watching this, I'm probably in the air on the road to Hilton Head, as this will be another Boots week, first Boots week since the final week of the Florida swing? Yeah, final week of the Florida swing. So that was Tampa was the last Boots week. We are back on the road for a few more Boots weeks before we head into some more majors. So I'm very excited for that. Obviously, I'll go through all the details at the end of this show. But what a great Masters week it was. I'm not going to really go in depth on the Masters because this is here. We're here to talk about the RBC Heritage. But shout out to all of you guys at Shipping Nation. Some amazing caches I saw on Twitter and then in the Discord. So keep doing what you guys do. You guys receive information better than I could ever imagine. So shout out all of you guys. Shout out Tambo and Alex. Great content all week. And it was a really, really fun Masters sweat and just a great all-around watch. So hope you guys all enjoy it. It's time to talk about Hilton Head. It's time to talk about the RBC Heritage. This is the golf course, an event that we see on a yearly basis that we know a lot about. So if you are watching this today, go over to my Twitter at Matt_Gannon_ and go look at the Twitter thread that I post every single week that basically gives a nice course rundown, stat rundown, kind of player profile that we are looking for a given week. So it is currently not up yet because I'm recording this at on Sunday night, but it will be up in the morning on Monday morning. So I will read through the notes before I go out and tweet it. So Harbor Town, we are here. I love this golf course. It is just short and tight. A lot of opportunities to score, but if you are missing in the wrong spots, a lot of opportunities to make big numbers. We see a kind of a wide range of scores sometimes on a single round basis on this golf course. So it's not necessarily about power, but I will go into that a little bit about that in soon. It's not necessarily about power, but if you're able to hit your targets and play positional golf and really gain with your irons, you can definitely have a really good week. And the iron play is where I'm going to go next. It's kind of all about approach play, and the incoming approach play nonetheless gives you a great visual and a great just really gets you in the right place on where to start your player profile. So the last 6 winners of this event all had spike approach rounds coming into this week. So looking at the last 6 winners, last 10 starts, JT had 8 spike approach rounds, Scotty had 8, Matt Fitz had 1, Jordan Spieth had 3, Stuart Sank had 2, and Webb Simpson had 5. What that's saying is they're gaining 4 or more strokes at least one time in their last 10 starts. And obviously that's not everyone. A lot of guys aren't getting 4 strokes in a given week is a fair amount of strokes on approach, and that is what we like to call a spike approach week. So those 6 winners have all proven to do that at least once, and the last 2 showed that 8 times coming in. And also, they're not like small spikes. We're looking at some ceiling numbers. Like JT gained 9.3 strokes on approach at Torrey Pines. Jordan Spieth gained 6.5 at Valero. Stu Saint gained 8 at Waste Management. Stu Saint gained 8 at the Masters. Webb Simpson gained 8 at West Management. Stu Saint 4 at the Masters. Scotty Scheffler 4 at the Masters. So gaining strokes in that regard, in that high ceiling, is just not easy. It really is saying that the incoming approach spikers are at an advantage this week, and it's going to be easier to land on a winner, in my opinion, this week. So I took a look at recent spike weeks at Pebble and Augusta, because if you're looking at the data from the winners over the last few years, they have a nice little overlay on spiking at Pebble and spiking at Augusta. So I'll run through the list of golfers who spiked at Pebble first. These are golfers with gaining 4 strokes or more on approach at Pebble. Colin 9.68, Matt Fitz 7.8, Jacob Bridgman 5.2, Nick Taylor 4.9, Tom Hoagie 4.7, Minwoo Lee 4.6, and Patrick Cantlay 4.2. At Augusta, the list is a little longer, so I will just run through the names. Russell Henley, Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, Ludvig Aberg, Patrick Cantlay, Shane Lowry, Victor Hovland, Sam Burns, and Max Homa. That is top to bottom. Russell Henley almost gained 10 strokes on approach at Augusta. And if you watch that final round of the Masters, it kind of checks out. The dude was just absolutely flagging everything. It was a joy to watch. But when Russell Henley gets going with those irons, it's awesome. So the last 6 winners have gained an average of 6.18 on approach, and every winner has gained at least 4.8 on approach. There's some weeks where off the tee, where putting, short game is the corollary stat to the winning profiles over the last few years. But here it's just tried and true ball striking, tried and true approach. So the incoming approach form is very, very telling. But we can't ignore everything else. The winner likely needs to gain at least 2.5 off the tee, at least 2.5 around the green to pair with that nice approach ceiling. And I wanted to talk about the off the tee, as I talked earlier in the show about the distance not necessarily mattering as much. But over the last few years, we've seen the median distance rank get higher. So in 2023, median distance was 12th in terms of the top 5 on the leaderboard. So this is the top 5 finishers on the leaderboard. This is where their median distance was. It was 12th, where accuracy was 50th in 2024. Distance was 14th, accuracy was 37th. Last year, we saw a little bit more of the norm. Distance 37th, accuracy 32nd. But that is because, in my opinion, since this is a signature event, better golfers are in this field now, which means better golfers are usually just longer and better, more complete drivers. So with that being said, I think there's a real ability to be able to gain with distance. And if you are hitting it long and straight, it works everywhere. So I think that's really why it's showing where that median distance rank is getting higher over the last few seasons. But it's not required, but distance will never hurt you, especially if you're hitting it long and straight. This is a weird week where we can kind of deprioritize putting. You can never deprioritize putting, but you don't really need to look at spike putting form or guys who have putt well here before. We've seen Jordan Spieth win here, losing 2.5 strokes putting. We saw Scotty Scheffler win here, being a 0 with the putter. The last 6 winners have only gained an average of 1.5 on the greens. That is nothing for winners over the last 6 years. Usually we see winners gaining 5+ all the time. So that's a really interesting take with the flat stick. With the putter, with the course history, very, very important. JT, prior to winning, had a T5. Scotty Scheffler had a T11. Matt Fitz had a T4. Jordan Spieth had a T9. Stuart Sank had a prior win. Webb Simpson had a runner-up. So no winner over the last 6 years had worse than a T11 finish as their best result at this golf course before. So Pete Dye reps, Harbortown reps are very, very important this week. Some comp courses, not too corollary in terms of a crossover, but Bay Hill, Sawgrass Colonial, Innisbrook, PGA National, and Pebble Beach are some nice comp courses to look at for the week. And as always, guys who play well on Bermuda golf courses. All the Florida swing, you guys know the Bermuda track. So nice little corollaries there. So that's the rundown of the course. Go over to my Twitter at Matt_Gannon. Give it a like, give it a retweet, give it a comment, say what you want to say. So let's go into, I'll share my screen now. Let's go into some of the past winning scores, and we'll run with it a little bit. So Justin Thomas won at 17, Scotty 19, Matt Fitz 17, Jordan Spieth 13, Stuart Sank 19, Webb 22. So this is a golf course where you can clearly see where you can make birdies for sure. If you're in the right position, you can definitely make a ton of birdies. And the weather looks, which I'll get to right now, the weather looks a tad windy this week. So I'm thinking more towards the -15 range wins it. So Thursday, it's going to blow at least 10 miles an hour basically all day, gusting up towards 20. Friday, we see a little bit calmer in the morning, potential advantage. Maybe I'll get out there on a Tuesday and give you some real boots insights. And then the weekend, we see some more wind. So it looks like it's going to be around 10 miles an hour all week with gusts up towards 20 all 4 days. But the weather looks beautiful. It looks like it's going to be a nice, no delays, should be out there, 70 degrees. I'm excited to be out there. Looks like I'll be out there all day Tuesday. 70 degrees. That sounds really nice to me because we've had some, you guys know, we've had some weeks of bad weather and rain when I'm out there for the Boots Week. So it's good to see some nice weather this time around. Usually at this point, I like to go and look at the DFS board, but there is no players up yet. But there is some contests up yet, and I really like this $25 150 max. I'm not really a big MMA guy, but if you want to enter 150 lineups, enter $25. I really like this payout structure. First place pays 200K. We just saw Tambo, our boy, win I think 100K today. So what a world! What a nice little life that you guys have. And just shout out all of you guys. You guys are so damn impressive, including Tambo. First place wins 200K, and 20th place gets 10% of first place, which is a rare thing in a lot of contests, and it's what I like to look for. Usually I like to look for that at 10th place. That's just my general aggregate. But so when a contest is like this, I don't mind entering 4 lineups in this, not getting any overlay, but I just like the payout structure. I feel like I can finish 35th and finish 120th, finish 490th, like and cash. So I really do like this contest structure, this payout structure for the contest. But what we do have is betting odds. We see Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele at the top, and this is probably going to be very reminiscent of the DK board, but there could be some withdrawals tomorrow morning. So take what I'm saying right now with a grain of salt. Nonetheless, had to get the content out because I will be traveling tomorrow. So Scotty Scheffler, 3.5 to 1. I can see that probably going to like 3.75, 4. Xander Schauffele, guys that are going to be in the 10K range. Cameron Young, 17 to 1, golf course that he's played well on before. And remember when he had Tesori, everyone was like, he's got to win this week because with the web crossover. But yeah, we see some nice numbers on this odds board. There's a few guys that catch my eye, which I'm going to get through. First one is actually Ludvig Aberg at 20 to 1. It'd probably be a better number out there. But I wonder what the narrative around Ludvig is. So coming off, this is the Masters leaderboard. I'm typing Masters. He finished T21 with a fine profile. He gained this should be roughly 4 strokes off the tee, roughly 5.1 strokes on approach. So, and this is data golf is not sorted by full round yet. You got to multiply these by 4. So Ludvig had a really nice ball striking week, and he's parlaying some really nice ball striking. As you guys know, Valera was what it was, still finished T5, but he's got 3 T5 finishes in his last 3 starts. And remember where he won? He won Sea Island, which asks you very similar questions. He has a T10 here before. I don't mind it at all. I like Ludvig on wedge heavy golf courses, and I feel like everyone was in on him, and now they're fading back out. So I think this is a nice time to hop in at Ludvig in every market. The second guy that catches my eye is Sepp Straka. Sepp Straka is down here at 53 to 1. I would assume he's in the low 8K range this week. And Sepp Straka at Hilton Head has a T13, a T5, and a T3. This week at the Masters, he posted a nice little profile. Looking at Sepp's profile, he gained about 4 strokes on approach. He finished 41st, but it was a bad putting week. Did nothing around the green. I love what Sepp's doing with the ball striking. And I know he had a kind of a weak ball striking in his last start, I believe. Yeah, at San Antonio, but I think he missed the cut on purpose in San Antonio, to be honest, to get to the Masters. But before that, look at all that green, and he backed it back up at a Masters with another great approach week. So I think Sepp is in great form. I think Sepp he's clearly proven to play well at Hilton Head before. So I definitely like him at that 53 to 1 number. And then the final guy that caught my eye the first time I looked at this board was Maverick McNealy around 35 to 1. Maverick McNealy won around 35, 25 to 1 before. Now that was a weaker field, but he also has played well in this event before. Mav's last time was a T3, finished T4 in 2021. And weirdly enough, Maverick McNealy plays really well with the view of the ocean. Maverick loves when it's when you could see the ocean for whatever reason. Maybe it's because he's a California guy, but Mav likes those ocean views. And at Hilton Head, we have that. I really like what he did at Augusta. Look at this profile that Maverick McNealy posted at Augusta. Gaining almost in all 4 categories. The approach wasn't that bad. It was just a short losses on approach. It's been a bit bleak with the approach, but he's been proven to play well here, hit it okay here before, and has nice results. Always drives it well, puts it well around Harbor Town. Like, I do like him around 35 to 1. I'm probably like $8,500, something like that. So Maverick McNealy catches my eye in these markets as well. Now it's time to talk shop, talk the content. Where are you going to get your information this week? First thing I want to do is bring this banner up. You're going to use code BOOTS, and you're going to get all of this content that I'm about to show you for free. It is literally all for free. The optimizer, the boots, the projections, the stone, all for free. Everything that I see, you're going to ask me, hey, Matt, how does Patrick Cantlay look out there? I'll get to see Patrick Cantlay. I can tell you exactly what he's doing. You use code BOOTS, you get it all for free. And then after that, it's 10% off lifetime. And I can promise you I will be at the rest of the majors this year and some more PGA Tour courses. So look at what you guys did this week. We had a 200K winner, a 100K winner, a 30K winner, a 20K winner, two 15K winners, and a 10K winner. With that, you guys are all getting prizes. You are on the winner circle. You have 100K, gets another free month to ship it, a swag box, some goodies, 10K, more Ship It Nation. And when you win these, when you get these, 1 month seems whatever, like, oh, that seems very cheap. But those 1 months add up because, oh, you get another month and then you ship another 1K, and you get another 1 month. And those add up. And then by the time you win 3 times, you're winning more, you're getting more free months, and then you're not paying for this at all. You just have it. And like I said before, I wouldn't be a part of this site if I didn't think it was the best. And it truly is the best content that I have came across, because I was a consumer before I was a part of the team. So yeah, it is the best stuff. Use code BOOTS to get all of that information as always. And yeah, it's time to talk about a few more players. I'm going to talk about a chalky guy, a potential pivot, and I'm not going to talk about the model now because I like to talk about the model after we go see the course. So I'll be talking about the model in the Boots show. I'll do the I guess programming right now. The Boots show will be Wednesday afternoon. I'm not sure exactly what time, but just stay in the Discord, stay on Twitter, and you'll see when that Boots show will come. So model talk, all that Boots talk, obviously the Boots stuff. If you want to know what everyone's doing on the golf course, or as many guys as I can see in one day, you have to be a member. That Boots show is private for all of our subscribers. So definitely use that code and get it for get it for free this week, because I think there's some massive Masters. I think there's some major Masters hangover potential. See who's potentially going through the motions, not really grinding. Hopefully I'm not lagging right now, but I am on the road, but that's the life we chose, on the road. So nonetheless, let's talk about a chalky guy, a pivot, and then finish up with a guy that I am on. So the first chalky guy of the week, I believe, will be a man we know, man we love, Jordan Spieth. Obviously, Jordan Spieth has a nice little go around at Hilton Head. 3 top 10s. It includes a win, T12, T11, finished T18 last year. It's a golf course that he plays a ton. And I don't know if you guys saw Jordan Spieth's quotes, but he said he's hitting it as well as he's hit it since he's won the Masters. And I talked about him earlier in the week, I think it was on Monday, how I believed a really good result was coming. And he just didn't quite get it up and down as many times as he needed to get that solid finish. Where did he exactly finish at the Masters? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even remember where he finished. Spieth finished T12. I thought a T10 was coming, and he just didn't get it up and down enough times, didn't make enough putts, but he's hitting it so well. And I was high on him last week. It just didn't quite cash anything for me because the T12 wasn't enough for what I was looking for. But nonetheless, he's doing exactly what I think he's doing, what I think he should be doing, and I think good things are coming. So Jordan Spieth is a chalky guy, and I think everyone knows what I'm saying. I think everyone knows this, that these numbers are public. And he's a polarizing guy, and what he said is going to make him chalky. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because chalky Spieth hits at his spots. Like, to thank the Texas events, like, he hits when he makes sense. So I'm down for for a potentially chalky Spieth. Now, I think a nice pivot is going to be Sahith Theegala. Now, Sahith isn't necessarily hitting the ball great, but Sahith Theegala is a guy who simply knows how to get the ball in the hole. He has a T5 and a runner-up here. Now, he's going to be 11% max because he's not been playing well, not been playing bad, but hasn't been hitting it well, basically. I don't think people are going to necessarily want to go to him because the ball striking isn't great, but I think Sahith has that unique ability to get it in the hole, like I said. And when he is low owned and at a good price, his ceiling is the same as when he's in great form and everyone's on him. Like Sahith is just has such a wide range of variability. But I think when he's low owned and a good price, I think he's a great play. So I like to play Sahith in these weeks when he might be getting overlooked. And I think he's going to be a nice pivot for you guys this week. So Sahith Theegala is the pivot of the week for me, at least right now, without ownership out. That's what I'm thinking the markets are going to go. And finally, that leaves us with the one golfer that I am on. Drum roll in your brain. He's going to be probably in the 7K range, maybe probably low sevens. That is Sam Stevens. Sam Stevens is on an absolute tear right now of ball striking. He's hitting it so well. Missed the cut at Bay Hill, but that's a very difficult golf course. He doesn't have the greatest track record around here. T54 and a missed cut, but he's simply hitting the ball so well. He made the cut at Augusta in his debut, I believe. I believe this was Sam Stevens' Masters debut, but I want to double check that just to be sure. Courses, Augusta. Yeah, that was his Masters debut this past week, and he played well enough, made the cut. What did he finish, actually? Stevens. Dude, T24 in your Masters debut, gaining strokes on approach, gaining strokes off the tee. He is an absolute problem when you need to drive it accurately and stern, and that is what you have to do at Harbour Town. I've spoken to him and his caddy a ton of times. They are in such high spirits, and they think I don't know if I want to say a win, but they think really good things are coming. So Sam Stevens will be the one golfer that I am on in some market. Not sure what market it will be, but some market I will be on Sam Stevens. So as always, I will leave you guys with the song of the day. The playlist is widely available for you guys. It's in the Discord, but if you need it, I know I'm getting a lot of comments on the song of the day. Here we go. Song of the day, Song for Isabel by my favorite band of all time, Pierce the Veil. Always got to add a little flair to the end of the show. Boots this week. Drop a comment. Who do you need to see? Give me a shout on Twitter if you need anything else. And as always, let's ship it. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace out.